There we go. I don't know how to get rid of the banner. So if there's a banner on there, I don't know, live views. So we'll see. Now it's saying for 10 seconds we've been live. So people maybe have been hearing, but welcome everybody. We don't know if this is working or not. So it may just be my special guest and I talking today, but this is my brother Brent. Today is his birthday. What are you, like 60 or something like that? No, what are you?
That's what it feels like. 48 today.
48. My younger brother. I'm on the road. So if you see, if you see, I'm looking in the rear. I'm not driving. I quit driving so I can pull over and have a quick conversation with my brother on his birthday. I don't know if I can get rid of this banner that's showing up. If it's showing up on there or not, it may not be up there. But welcome, happy birthday to you. Thanks for joining me today on this. This is awesome. So today is day 15, October 15th. This is day 15 of our 21 days of powerful breakthrough. And I thought, hey, it's my brother's birthday. I'm on the road. I thought we didn't get one of these done earlier in the day. And I thought maybe he'll, before he goes out for his big, expensive, fancy dinner that he's going to have, thought I'd chime in. So anyway, so welcome. Thanks for joining me. What else you got planned besides your dinner?
I have no idea.
Probably
it's up to other people.
It's probably a surprise. When I asked what you were doing, I thought you might think that I was going to stop by, but I'm not. I'm headed the completely opposite direction where you are. So anyway, I won't keep you, but I know you got big plans. But Brent has been willing to jump in and kind of help us think through a little bit today. So day 15, the verse of today is Psalm 139, verse 14, which just talks about, that we're fearfully, wonderfully made. God made us. And this idea, I thought it was even more appropriate when you think about the idea of who are you going to believe? We get into, you listen to the news, you listen to the TV and media and all this, and you just don't know what to believe anymore. And it's the same thing in our own lives, that we have lies that we believe since we're little, oftentimes, lies that we buy into, kind of that stinking thinking, that limiting beliefs that we have and stuff. So when you think about this, Brent, you think about this whole idea of lies that you've been told, or things that we believe about ourselves, that we're not good enough, we're not smart enough, we're not qualified enough. What do you think about this verse? What do you think about that idea, that how God made us? What does it teach us about God? What does it teach us about other people? What's kind of your initial thoughts?
Yeah, it's kind of fun too that on my birthday, the day of my birth,
the day of your birth, the day of your birth.
That's right. You're talking about being fearfully and wonderfully made, and that this whole psalm is such a personal psalm, and it just talks about how there's evidence of God loving us, knowing exactly what we're going through, and that He has from the very beginning, from before we were formed. He's known us, and I think when you think about the lies that you hear about yourself, or you tell yourself,
and
then you come back to what is true, and who am I in God. It's easy to get distracted by all of that noise, all of the lies that Satan has throwing at you, but you come back to what is true. What does God really think about me? What does He know about me? And that there's no place I can hide from Him. He knows it all. He sees it all, which some people see that and think that's terribly scary, which might be an indication of where your heart is. If that's where your reaction is, oh my gosh, He can see all that. The flip side is, when you have a relationship with God, that's incredibly reassuring and comforting to know that God is there. God sees this. He's going through this with you, and can be a very positive thing when you know and love Him.
Yeah, it's, this idea of, you think about, I don't know, you just, sometimes we're our worst enemy. Somebody said one time, if people could hear what we tell ourselves about ourselves, like they'd lock us up and throw away the key. Like if you talk to anybody else the way we talk to ourselves, like they would they'd lock us up and throw away the key for abuse. Because I just think we buy into stuff and we forget that when God created us, He created us just exactly the way He wanted, and He doesn't make mistakes. There's no flaws in that. Like he didn't screw things up somehow. He didn't get the ingredients wrong. He knew exactly what He was doing when He made us. And so we may have a tendency to listen to other people, but His reminder, I think, in this whole verse is pay attention to Him. Don't pay attention to, pay attention to the creator, the author, the one who knit us together and knows us better than anybody else possibly could. Um, yeah, it's an awesome thing. You remember that there was an expression, it still is around. I mean, but I heard it years ago, I think in a song, and it was the next time the devil reminds you of your past, remind him of his future. And it's just claiming, and I think that's the other part of this verse, part of this devotion for today, is to is whenever that stinking thinking creeps in. This is why listening to reading scripture, memorizing it, knowing it. That's what Jesus did when He was tempted. He used scripture and fought back. Like, I know you're saying this, devil, but God says this, and my Father says this, and so I'm going to believe Him over you. And so that's a good reminder.
Yeah. And I think in this little season of coronavirus, when you're spending more time alone or with the same people day after day after day, some of that thinking probably can kick in, or you can be stuck in that because every day feels the same. You're not having that interaction.
Yeah.
And I think when you are out and seeing people and talking to people and seeing, especially right now, all of God's creation in full autumn glory and things like that, it's another reminder of our Creator, and then from a personal standpoint too, of what He knows about me, how He created me, and to correct your thinking.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, listen, this was a later one in the day. I've had some unexpected travel in the last couple of days. I'm on my way to Iowa right now to pick up Lauren, and so I pulled off to the side of the road. I was going to try to do this live on the road, and I thought, why risk it? Why risk it? I've got more trouble on the road sometimes. So anyway, so thanks for joining. Go enjoy your dinner. Have a great rest of your birthday. Everybody else, thank you for listening in. Thank you for doing the 21 days with us. We'll see you tomorrow for day 16. So keep on going, keep listening, keep fighting back whenever the devil's got that negative stuff in your head. Just push back on it. Tell him, hey, you ain't the boss of me. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
See you, Brent.